So I'm home from Walker Soccer Con NJNY. It's really tight on me. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so that was cool. Yeah, I took that down. Because they actually, they give you a booth. I'm so used to when it's like artist alley, anyone's on artist alley. It's just a table. Usually, I luck out. I usually get one like right against the wall, so at least I can put my shit there, and I'm not like anyone's way. Yeah, so we get a booth. We get like that whole like we get the back curtain, and also we get like 8 foot amount of space, like all this shit. And I felt I was like, wow, my booth is like so like my booth, which is so weird to say that, but yeah, it's like my spot. It's like so sparse because I'm so used to having an artist alley table where it's like all little, cramped, confined, yada yada. But now I'm like I have all this room. I was just like shit, And the girl next to me, sweetheart, she had like all this stuff, and I was just like, there was like crickets. You can see like a tumbleweed go through where mine is because it's so like minimalistic. Because I just didn't, I haven't had anything else. But time, slowly doing more and more tables. So we'll get on that anyway. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like for a good hour and a half, VIP gets in before like everyone else, which was cool. Around that during that time. I was able to kind of like you make sure everything's there. We were able to kind of walk around the condo because it was really dead because not everyone has like VIP. Um, Ran into someone I used to work with, and I was just like, "Hey, dude, I keep running into you at cons and stuff, which was awesome. Kind of made little friends here and there. Got to get to know people, which is great. I like. It was technically a really small con, but pretty big at the same time because there was a lot of people there. 'Cause especially it's Walker Soccer. The practically the entire cast of Walking Dead was there. Um, Voice after a con weekend, this usually happens. It's not as bad. I've had is that a moth flying in my room? Great. It's usually worse where I'm like squeaking, talking like this. So it's not so bad. I just sound like a prepubescent. I keep staring at that moth. Anyway, so I just sound like I'm going through puberty or some kind of weird hormone thing. Anyway, um, but anyway, yeah. The spot where I was at, it kind of sucked, but it was awesome at the same time. It sucked because we were kind of like off in the back, and no one knew we were there until like the very last day. Someone like one of the volunteers, someone actually put tape on the wall that said more, and more people came by. Like the on Sunday, it was a lot of people like when the doors opened, they actually went over there. Like, oh hey, he exists. And Saturday, a lot of people were there because there was like a long food line, and so it was ways for people to, like kind of look and like chat with us all stuff. But other than that, like it would die. It would be bleh. It was kind of weird because it would be kind of like, oh, it's kind of busy, kind of not. And then like because I was at the corner, I like turn around and go look, and it's like a flood of people. I'm like, hey, and I know definitely on, damn it. Ugh, okay. Definitely on Sunday, there's one part where I just kind of stood like next to my booth, kind of like, hey, come over here. I wish I kind of had this so I could be like, hey, come over here. Anyway, let's do this. This will be another video. Because usually when I'm at like other cons, obviously it doesn't fit, what I do, and this one did. It felt like I felt right, Brian. I felt right. It was like one of those moments where like, yes, finally, like people like they get my work. It's not just like, ew, like of course I got that, but Phil made a good comment. He was just like, you're at a zombie convention, and why are you surprised? It's so funny. It's like there's zombies and people covered in blood, and people are like, oh yeah, it's so cool, and then they're like, oh my god, fetuses, what? And you're kind of like, yeah, we're still working on the gross level. Anyway, but I really enjoyed it. Like, people were nice. I just met so many nice people. And it's like, oh, wow. That's what it feels like when people are nice to you? It was great. Again, the table, all that stuff, like the first day I was just like practically, just in my underwear with like just socks on, no shoes, walk around with that fucking like, wig and all that fucking shit on my face, and doing all that crap to like Paul's face, and then like Phil just being like pretty drag as he always is, and it was great, like I even joked around saying since I had a booth I should have like had like a platform, like a pole for him to dance on, just because like fuck it, like why not? It was like, why not? Just because you can. It was literally, hotel was there, right there. It's a convention center. I just ran up the stairs, go in. My table's right there by the door. I was done. We're good to go. They were really good on times. They were really good at telling you, like, hey, just breakdown is like, starts at 6, yada 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 yada. If you need help, there's dollies in the back. I'm like, wow. Like other cons, you're like, nope, too bad. You don't get dollars, you blah blah. Like, oh, you need help? Well, you should hire people. Like here, they're like, hey, if you need people help, we got people, and it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. You know, of course, like on the day when I set up, I had to go find Ritas's table and take a picture, well, a table booths because this was like the biggest one. I got a picture, of it because there was no way my ass was gonna like, walk by and just like, oh, there he is. But yeah, like what I was saying before is like the downside of having, well, downside of my table was because not a lot of people came by. The upside was that a lot of the cast walked past there. So I saw Greg Nicotero, just threw him my card like so quick. Steven, gave him my card. I said hi to him a couple times. On Saturday when I was all jacked up looking, I was sitting at the table, I just like put gum in my mouth. And he walked, I looked up, I saw him, I was like, hey! And he saw me, he's like, hey! He's like, whoa, hi there. Uh, Said hi to David Morrissey like so many times when he came by. Just sweetheart. He's so nice. He's also way taller than I thought he was. He's a tall man. Yeah, the first day he was like looking good. I was like, yeah. The next day he's like, how you doing? I was like, awesome. And I looked like I'd really, just like, oh, just my acting's just so bad. Anyway, so that was great. Like I said, it was a lot of fun, and there's, oh my god, can't stop saying like how nice the people were, and like the people who did the food thing, they were just like so sweet to us. They're just like, hey, if you guys like, want to get something to eat, you don't have to get in the line, just come right over. And we're like, shit. Um, oh fuck, I don't have my pass on me, but because we got there kind of late, like I said, transportation, all that shit. My pass doesn't say vendor on it, it says media on it, which was kind of funny, but that's fine. And I like that it's a plastic pass. Again, I've gone to cons where it's like it's paper, and it's like, oh, that's nice. I can just photocopy. Like I said, I love this fucking thing. I knew even before I even went, I knew I was gonna do it again next year, just because just organization wise, like I'm just that kind of person. So organization wise, getting in contact with people was so easy, and getting like responses were so quick. It was just kind of, it felt like, you just like text your friend and they like just text you back right away. Kind of wish I got a chance to hit the pool in the hotel, but the pool wasn't really a pool, it was just like a large tub. It's like when we were in Canada and it was just like that like kidney shaped pool, and there was obviously a jacuzzi and all that stuff. um, yeah, the hotel, free breakfast. Yeah, it wasn't just like free breakfast like we went to Anime Next free breakfast. It was just like made to order. So like I just like went up to the lady and I was like, yeah, can I get a omelette du fromage? The free breakfast was great, and then like at night you get a complimentary drink. Yeah, free alcohol. It's great. First night they asked us for ID, and then they're like, okay, they're old enough. Little complaint about the hotel, and as like when I checked in, the woman was like, "Oh, last name." And I was like, "Yeah, Tam." And then she's like, she looks and she goes, "Josephine." And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I know I look like a little boy all the time, especially when I got my fitted on and my hoodies and shit, and like, all this is covered. And she's, what annoyed me wasn't the fact that she questioned it. What annoyed me is the fact that she questioned it so much. Because she's like, "Really, really, really, really?" And I'm just like, "Yes, yes, bitch, yes, yes." Sorry, kept doing that all weekend. Like, yes, bitch, like I am a ladies. As much as I like to look like a boys says, like fuck. Well, just I have a reservation. Take my goddamn credit card. Let me go in the room. I need to chill the fuck out because I was freaking out though, all Friday because I was just like, how the fuck am I gonna get to the con? I don't have a car, that kind of stuff. Anyway, but yeah, I would definitely suggest like go to Walker Soccer Con. Like if you're an artist, get a table. If you do weird shit like I do, like zombies, dead babies, all that shit, fuck it, do it. People fucking love it. More thing. So Saturday, the first day, the two of them go for a smoke break. They come back and you're like, Joe, we're gonna go kill zombies. I'm like, what? So there's this thing. Oh my head is just in Jersey where it's like a warehouse. You go and you like gonna go on a mission. You shoot zombies. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't, like, I'm kind of tired, like, I don't know, that kind of stuff. Then Phil goes, Joe, just go over to their booth and feel the gun. You're going to want to do it. And I was like, all right, I go. And the gun is the weight of a real gun. And I was like, holy fuck. Awesome. You either get like the M4 or, I forgot the smaller gun. Um, has a good weight to it. They have the CO2 there just so it has some kickback, and there's a laser thing. Do another video about our experience shooting zombies. Anyway, long story short, I felt the gun. It was good. We talked about it, got the price and all that stuff. We bought our tickets ahead of time, and that night after the con, we fucking went. It was like 30 minutes away, and we just went, shot some goddamn zombies, had a great time. But like I said, in another video, I'll talk more about that. Also, another added thing, I'm all over the place. A little kid was poking at one of my fetus paperweights, and she's like, "Dad, what's that?" And the dad had like that face of like, "Oh god, this is the moment where I have to explain something to like this 5-year-old." He goes, "It's some like baby in a jelly jar." Just the way how he explained it, I couldn't stop laughing, and Paul was like done. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, it sucked that Phil had to leave early Saturday because he had, we all have our jobs outside of this, so he had to deal with that, and not really an ad for them, but we took an Uber, and yeah, first ride was free, and our driver was great. Anyway, Walker Star Con, yeah, 2014, New Jersey, New York, fucking awesome. As always, spaz aloud. See ya. Yeah. Once I black out my eyelids, I take my neutral palette and I actually start drawing in a new favorite ship.